You don't want to talk about anything?
This boy's TV.
Most people that know me personally, on a personal level, know that I used to be a police officer. I used to be a cop. It was very challenging at times. A lot of people didn't understand what it was like to be a cop, be an officer. I would say that it was a great learning experience. More so like with the protocol and why officers take certain actions that they take and why they don't take certain actions that one would think they should take. It's like me telling the architect what angles and what size the project is supposed to be. I have no idea what I'm doing. So I have no experience, so I can't tell he or she what they should do with their job. But when it comes to law enforcement, everyone is a professional and everyone knows exactly what cops are supposed to do. Because I guess apparently cops are supposed to be like dumb or something like that. I think one of the main things that I took away from my experience as being an officer is that it's a communication barrier. The police and community relationship, as far as I've known, hasn't been the best. So an example of that barrier, when I was in the academy, a white guy that was going through the academy with me, he asked me, he said, I don't want to offend you or anything, but is it really like that amongst black people, what I see on television? So I'm bugging out, like, you know, but it lets you know, even though it seems crazy that we live in America that has a mixed population, a lot of people don't interact with another race. The other race, they may see them, but there may not be any interaction. And so if your idea of a race is depicted by what is seen on TV, more specifically black men with is seen on TV, it's gonna be negative. I've seen on television in the past is that most men are projected as they're either an athlete, they're either a rapper, or they're someone who sells drugs or always getting in trouble. So if you're a white person or someone of another race, but a white guy in this case has never interacted with another person, a black person, obviously if he asks me that question and he thinks about that and he sees that as a race, as a black man who he don't have to deal with, is going to be the issue, right? So what happens after that? So that same guy with that thought process that has been ingrained in him in his life for what, 20 some years? You take him, he graduated from the academy, you take him and put him with us, he patrol at, in a predominantly all black neighborhood. So you think that's a little barrier right there? Then you get someone who's growing up in an all black neighborhood, predominantly black neighborhood, that's never had any interaction with a white person. You know, they may have went to school with a couple of white people or something like that, but never actually known anyone outside of that. So what is their perception of a white person? Maybe the only time they really had an interaction with a white person or a person of another race is when they were a cop, or they seen that cop take their family member or that friend or someone, take them to jail, feel like they mistreated. Then you see all the stuff that's been going on in the media in regards to killings, officer-involved shootings and stuff like that. So you got this dialogue. They dislike the police. On this end, they dislike the police. They don't like the way the police have been doing the public. Not all cops are the same at all. It's going to be some ignorant people in any profession, but that doesn't mean all of them are. But the one thing I learned when I was a cop, you have to wear that burden. So if you wear that uniform, you that person. Even though you're not, you're that person. So everybody categorizes, a lot of times people categorize everyone as the same. Like, yo, y'all some bad officers, y'all dirty, blah, 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 blah. You never met them in your life, but you were that person that they had experience with way down the road. Like, that wasn't me who did that, but yo, you a cop though, so you the same. That's what was told to me while I was a cop. So you got both sides of the spectrum, right? So you got a person that's never interacted with a black person before, and their perception of black people is what they saw on TV. Then you have a person that never interacted with a white person. Maybe they interacted with them in a sense where it's on negative circumstances. Then you have this dialogue, both sides. You have a dialogue in this community. F the police, man, they dirty. Social media, they killing us all, they killing us all. On this side is, hey, they're a bunch of thugs over there. They're a bunch of thugs. They don't want to work. They lazy, blah, 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 blah. You got all that going on, right? So when the police officers are called on the scene, I've never been called on the scene. So it's like, hey, sir, we just wanted to invite you to get some lemonade. We have some cake, and just say how much we appreciate you. That never has been my experience. Maybe it happened to some, but for the most part, when cops are called, it's for a tense situation. It's some conflict, and they feel as though officers need to come and try to sort out things, right? You got this guy on this side, or this woman and this woman on this side, right? Having these two different perceptions, and they come in a tense situation. So the cop, maybe that day the cop is like, man, I'm just tired of this. I got some stuff going on at home. From call to call, I just been getting disrespected. I don't like them no way. Whatever it may be. This person going on, oh my gosh, I'm having a tough time at work, man. I ain't trying to, cops keep coming around harassing me, man. They keep coming around. They don't need to keep coming around here. So they get in the room or they get into each other's vicinity. That time, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Who's going to talk who down in that situation? Who's going to talk who down? I don't understand you and I don't understand you. But I'm right. I don't understand you. No, you infringing on me. You infringing on me. What happens then? What happens in that situation?